on game day at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. We started our morning off by finding a parking lot closest to the stadium to start our tailgating. Here's where we met lots of both Viking fans and Titan fans.
Hey, thanks. We are all friends in the parking lot. The battle is on the field between our teams. Yes.
So today we are at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville, Tennessee. For somebody like me, we're out of town. We're not from here. We drove around the city about 3 times trying to figure out parking.
For reference, this is the parking lot we ended up in.
For other people who are watching our video, can you explain to them, maybe know where they're going before they get here?
Well, the thing about it's not a lot of paid parking around the stadium anymore because of the new construction of the new stadium. But there's plenty of parking on the other side, on the west side of the river. There's parking garages downtown, Pinnacle parking, everything around Bridgestone Arena. There's plenty of parking down through there. And then you got a pedestrian bridge that comes across, and then you got the Korean Memorial Boulevard that comes across, and then Jefferson Street on the back side, on the north side, comes across. But there's plenty of parking downtown around 2nd and 4th Avenues, and some around 1st Avenue. But most of the best thing you're going to find is going to be around 2nd Avenue.
So this parking lot here, and I know a lot of these other parking lots, they're prepaid.
Yes.
So if as an out-of-town fan, like how do you get to these parking spots?
Well, you got to either, some of us that had parking in the old stadium was able to retain season ticket parking passes for this lot here and some of the other lots. But they also have released some of these parking spots per game. Lot N, Lot R, Lot T. Some of those are available through the internet, online. You search it. Some of it you can find on Ticketmaster. Some you can find on SeatGeek. Some you can find on can't think what the other one is now, but
yeah, all
of those things. You can find a few scattered out through there, but they're probably going to be pretty expensive.
And usually it is around any NFL stadium, right?
Absolutely.
So people who are parking in the paid garages, you know, it's kind of hard to tailgate, do the grilling in the parking garages. Is there this Tennessee, the Titans? Do they have like a spot that everybody mingles, like a
right over our shoulder here on the east side of the stadium, where the entrances go in there? There's a gigantic tailgate area over there. Inflatables for kids, food, live entertainment, all kinds of stuff over here on the south side of the stadium as you come in.
Awesome. And it's pretty easy walk from here, right?
Absolutely.
And how early would you say to get into the stadium?
If you're not here, to get in the stadium, the gates open at 10 o'clock.
And what time would you usually say for an away fan?
I have noticed out of all the years, a lot of the away fans are here at 10 o'clock to get in, just simply because they haven't never been to Nissan Stadium before, and they want to see what it's like on the inside. And so I usually see a lot of the opposing fans going in around 10 o'clock.
Okay. Because this stadium isn't going to be here for very much longer.
2 more years.
Any word on what the parking situation is going to be with the new stadium?
There will not be any parking available through here. Now, in front of us here are some private companies, metal place here. There's scrapyard here. There's different places here that sell parking passes just like the old stadium used to sell. And they've been doing this for a long time too. This will probably be the closest area to park once the new stadium is open.
All right, you guys heard it here from a local.
Hey, I got to say one thing. Tighten up.
Nah, skull.
Away game. Look at that sea of purple.
Sea of purple, baby.
Looks like a home game to me.
It is. It's always a home game.
Okay, so first off, thank you for watching our video. Just want to apologize for our poor recording skills. It's still a work in progress, so bear with us, please.
Next time we record, we're going to record sideways and knock out the black screens. I guess our overall thoughts of the stadium, would we recommend going? And hopefully we'll answer that throughout this little last portion here. I guess my first overall thought is starting off the day with the parking. The parking, it's very unclear. Most stadiums we've been to, this is our 42nd stadium, professional stadium we've been to now. This has had to be one of the hardest ones to park at. Everywhere you go, there's usually somebody, and we've all been there, where there's a flagger flagging us in and almost obnoxiously flagging us in for parking, and we didn't see that one bit this whole trip.
No, we actually ended up doing a couple loops before we found a parking lot.
Yeah, we saw the outskirts of Nashville, well, and also downtown before we could find a parking. Once we did find parking, we were met with the realization that we had to prepay for parking, which again is something new to us. We understand it's a possibility, but we've never had to do it. We're simple people, just wanted to pay credit card, show up on spot, here's your credit card, whatever.
Or cash even.
And that wasn't a possibility, so be aware. Where we ended up parking was closer to the stadium. I don't think we would have done that if we weren't with our whole family.
Yeah.
We went with a group of people where, if it was just me and you, I think we would have parked downtown like most of you guys will. Park downtown and enjoy Broadway. There's hundreds and hundreds of bars and thousands of fans all pre-gaming together.
Yeah, if you're up for the Broadway scene, do that and then take the pedestrian bridge over.
Yeah. That all being said, we did set up and find a spot. Hopefully you can figure out our video to see where and how. Just the overall friendliness of Titans fans. This is our second time to Nashville. We went to a Predators game as an away fan, now a Titans game as an away fan. Both times, I didn't hear any backlash of wearing the wrong jersey. We were met with just some great people that were just friendly right from the get-go all the way to the end. And as you've seen through this video, we had some really cool people that we interviewed. Eddie, I apologize for taking your spot, but thank you for stepping up and helping us with this video. So Titans fans from start to finish, thank you for being so inviting.
Yeah, super nice, friendly people.
Now going in towards the stadium, it's kind of hard to get through. Where the mass parking is all across a major highway, so be prepared for a long wait. So if you're going to wait last second and try to get to the stadium in a straight walk, it's not going to happen. You're going to get stuck at that light. I think I ended up making the joke saying I could have went to the bathroom 3 times over before they let us across the street. So if you're waiting last second, be prepared for that.
But once you cross the street, it's easy getting in.
Yep, and I suggest, I think we kind of screwed up. We should have left a little bit earlier. And as Eddie mentioned, they had a bunch of Titans inflatables and other pregame stuff set up by the team themselves and the stadium themselves, which, again, being a big family, I think we were just
enjoying our time with them. Yeah.
Exactly.
If it's usually the two of us when we go to away stadiums, we check out everything around the stadium. But
so next video, we will show that. We apologize for that. Now into the stadium, no problem getting in. It was quick moving. We all moved in the stadium very quickly. We sat up high this trip, and needless to say, it was not a fun hike.
No.
There's a lot of not even stairs. We couldn't even find stairs.
There's a ramp.
A ramp that goes all the way the length of the football field and back and back and back. And when you think you're done, it goes back and back and back.
It reminded me of, what was it, the Bengals Stadium, that ramp.
Yeah, and at least, well, hey, shout out to the Bengals. You did have an escalator for those people who didn't want to do that.
Well, and then come to find out, we did find elevators.
6 of them,
Yeah.
6 elevators. So if you're unable to walk, there is 6 elevators, and if you want to wait to 20, 30 minutes to get up there, you can. Once we were up there, we didn't want to leave.
Which kind of, I feel like, sucks, because if you're there, a part of the stadium that sucks is you can't walk around the whole stadium. The concourse doesn't complete a full circle, so you're stuck with just those few concession stands.
Right, and that's, be careful going in. Make sure you know where your seats are before you walk up, because I would hate for anyone to have to go up all the way up those ramps and then realize you're on the east side and compared to the west side and vice versa.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, we picked right. But yeah, like you're saying, we were stuck to that portion of the stadium where we like to walk around, whether it's halftime or intermission of a hockey game or in between innings of a baseball game. It's fun to walk around and see the whole stadium, especially when you're an away fan. Once we were up in the 300 section on our side, there was not much elbow room. Granted, we all know that we waited till right before the national anthem to get to our seats, but I mean, it is elbow to elbow. There is zero room to move around.
Yeah, you're packed in there, and there's a lot of people.
If you don't like people, this is not the stadium for you. That all being said, we hate to talk bad about Nissan Stadium, but they also know it's bad because they're building one right next door. So all the parking that we talk about will apply to the new stadium. I think the fans themselves will appreciate a new stadium. And that being said, just the overall gameplay, I think it kind of just, I don't know if it's, we're Vikings fans. We live here where there's a dome stadium in our local area. I think just something about being outside just kind of took away from the overall atmosphere of a football game, which I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but just being such an open stadium, Nissan, I don't know if it's because they're bad or if they're just a open stadium. It just, the noise didn't.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
So
for as many people that were in that stadium, it was definitely not the loudest.
No, far from it. And I don't know if it's just because they're having a down year. We'll say that, or if it's just the overall stadium itself. But they are building a new one right next door, so that'll be really nice for them.
Yeah.
So I guess our overall thoughts: would you recommend the stadium? Or would you recommend the trip going to Nashville?
I think Nashville is an amazing trip, and every time we've been, it's always been fun. But if you're going specifically for football, I don't know if it's worth it, but I think everything else outside of the stadium makes it worth it.
We're going to be biased. We were really fortunate that, I don't know if it's Vikings travel well or it's just Nashville is a tourist city.
True.
But it was really cool to walk around Broadway and see all the welcoming from all the bars. There was Vikings flags flying around, saying that our game day experience starts here on Broadway. So I think that was really cool of Nashville to do that. I guess I can't speak on other behalf of other teams if it'll be that fun, but just the overall experience, the stadium, meh. But again, they're building a new one. Just the hospitality of Nashville and all the bars and everyone just made it a really fun trip.
Yeah, overall, I think that was the highlight, is meeting everybody. Like you said, the bars had flags and everything. Even some of the bars had like watch parties, for tailgating the night before and before the actual game. Right. So
I think it was the DraftKings bar had the Viking invasion. Yeah. So very fun. Make sure if you're an away fan, make sure you do at least give yourself a couple days before or after to just enjoy all the hype. My sister showed up 4 days early. And she said it was just Vikings from the day she arrived to the day she left. So make sure you give yourself a couple days before you get to the stadium.
Yeah.
And see us next time for more adventures.